Hi, welcome to another exciting episode of the Andre The Beast Crayton Show. Today we're going to dive into the world of beauty pageants again. And I know for the last couple of episodes we've been featuring a lot of modeling and beauty pageants. And it's really fascinating how these women have transformed themselves. A lot of them might have come from some type of trauma and needed the pageants or the modeling to lift them up. And even if that's the case, it has clearly shown that this industry alone can provide an outlet if someone is having those issues. Today we have a local winner. Not going to give her age, but she's been doing this for a while. She stopped and then came back, and with her comeback, won the title of Miss Royalty International. I believe I got that right. I'd like to welcome to the show. I'm going to see if I can pronounce this name correctly. Tiara Osuna. Am I close?
Close.
What is it?
Tiara Osuna.
Tiara Osuna. Beautiful name. Difficult for me to pronounce, but still beautiful. Love the crown. Love the ensemble that you got here. Before we get started, take us down that road a little bit of who you are.
Hi, like I said, my name is Tiara Osuna. I was born and raised in Muncie, Indiana. I graduated from Muncie Central High School in 2011. Graduated from Ball State University in my degree in criminal justice in 2018.
Wait a minute, you didn't tell me all that. Your degree is what?
Criminal justice.
Okay, all right, keep going.
I currently work for the clerk, the Delaware County Clerk's office. I am the Circuit Court 2 clerk. I have been there for over a year now, so yeah.
Why not a law degree?
Law degree, so I am actually going back to get my master's. It's like a little background in criminal justice and law degree that I do have, but my plan is to go to law school and become an attorney.
Okay, yeah.
When I find the time.
Okay, because I know you ain't just going to sit there in that courtroom and be writing stuff down and doing all that kind of stuff. Okay.
No,
okay.
sir.
So what was it like growing up in Muncie? For those that are not familiar with Indianapolis or Indiana era, Muncie is northwest of Indianapolis. Am I correct?
Yeah.
It's towards Fort Wayne, right?
It's towards Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Yes.
What's that like growing up in Muncie? I got a couple of friends in Muncie, but it's kind of like I just drive through and come back. What's it like growing up there?
Growing up in Muncie, I mean, people would say, it's a small city, so it's a little slower. But I didn't have a, bad childhood, no bad experiences there. I loved it being in Muncie. So,
okay.
Yes, but if we wanted to come over to Indy and go shopping because you guys had the better malls,
Got that right.
So it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to get here. It's not far at all.
So your family really close knit in Muncie? You're close knit to your family? Is pretty much your whole family in Muncie, or are they throughout Indiana or in
the
abroad?
biggest majority of us are there, but I also have family here. I have family in Anderson, and then down south as well. So
What part of down south?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Somehow or another, we always have family either in Memphis, Georgia, Florida. I don't know what the relationship to that is, but that's kind of crazy. So when did this take place? When was your first show?
My first show for pageantry or modeling? Which one you want?
Let's talk about this part.
Okay. So I had my first pageant when I was a sophomore in high school. Mm-hmm. I did the Muncie Chapter Black Expo pageant. One of my real close friends talked me into doing it because she had won and done it before. So
Were you nervous?
I was very nervous because I've never stepped into that world.
What made her decide to tell you to do it?
Because she knows I am a people person,
mm-hmm.
and she thought I would make a good queen, and I can go out there and be successful and do some things with that. I was always a role model growing up to the younger girls in my community and even the girls my age. So she wanted to pull me into that as well.
So when she told you, "Hey, come and do this show," what went through your mind? What preparations and stuff went through your mind?
So I was very honest with her. I told her I was nervous. I don't know if I want to do that. And she was like, you know, she just talked to me, told me like what her journey was, you know, the appearances, the parades. You get to come over here to the expo and, you know, support and represent our community.
And about what time frame was this? What year was this?
So that would have been
Roughly
2009.
And she was already making a pathway with this career, like going different events and so forth. Mm-hmm. Really,
she was. That was really a close friend of mine. She's still doing good. I still talk to her. So
she's still doing good. She's still holding titles.
She has not. She's actually stepped away. So she had a daycare business and everything. Well, she's still doing good.
So when you decided to get into your first show, you still had to talk to your parents. Mm-hmm. Who was more excited, your mom or your dad?
My dad, he's just going to be supportive no matter what. My mom, she jumped into it, but she always asking me, am I sure? Mm-hmm. First. And then she's right there with me. So we got to go do the whole dress shopping thing. And she worked with me on my talent. And by me being a cheerleader, so that was my talent, was cheer.
I know my daughter did this for a while. And it's funny, I was looking at some old video footage of her preparing her speech and her walk and so forth. What was the biggest part that you had to work on that you was liking going into this event?
The biggest part I worked on was my interview part.
That's so funny because that's what I was looking at the interview with my daughter. I was like, and I think she must have did it like maybe 5 or 10 times until she got it right. But was it because you didn't have good public speaking or you were scared to speak in public?
So I had never done public speaking before. Mm-hmm. And also I was more so worried about, I don't know what they are going to ask me in this interview. So I'm like,
and the deliverance that you're going to do.
Thinking like, how am I supposed to answer this? I'm only in high school. I've never been through this. So it actually went better than I thought it would.
Do you remember what you said?
No. I don't remember what I said since it's been years ago.
So you wind up, did you win?
I did win.
What was that like when she won the first time?
I absolutely cried, and luckily my mom and my aunt Maddie, her younger sister, was backstage. So when they announced me as winner, I just instantly turned and looked at them before I started crying because I was shocked that I actually won. This was my first pageant, and then
how many other roughly? I know you're going back. How was the show run? Like, I noticed with her there were age brackets and stuff. Were you guys in age brackets categories?
I was in the category of junior queen.
And what's that mean?
So that's the girls aging from like high school, maybe freshman up, and then when you hit college, then you know you're the queen.
But how many people were in your first show against you in your category?
It wasn't that many that year. I would say it was maybe like 5 of us, 6 of us, the most. And coming in, I felt like they have done this before, so I felt like the outsider. Yes.
Okay.
And so some of them wasn't very nice, I can say. So they just felt like they had it. That's the type of attitude.
What do you think took you over the top with the judges? What do you think it was that you delivered that took you over the top with the individuals that had experience over you?
The confidence that I had. I just kept going. Even though I was nervous and shy, I still kept that confidence within me. Mm-hmm. And then also how it was just a different thing, like the attitude, just to stay humble the whole time. And then answering the questions, everybody knew I tried my best and my hardest.
What was your talent? Because I remember my daughter, she had to do, in the talent round, she did lyrical, and it was way over a lot of people's concept. I remember that the one of the judges knew her from ballet and stuff, and she had to step out. When I looked at it as a father, I was like, truly like, wow, there's no way in the world she can lose the talent round. But it was, like they said, it was over their head. If you never did lyrical, you wouldn't understand it. What was your talent?
My talent was cheer.
So you flipped to some music.
So I actually did a routine from camp that we had learned from UCA, and I brought in one of my cheer sisters that was on the squad with me at the time, and we did that dance, and then we also did a cheer that we did for Central. So
I know the judge was like, "What the heck is about to happen now?"
So yeah, we had our cheer uniforms on from the high school, everything. So
very unique. So you took away some time from this. Why didn't you just keep going?
That is a good question, actually.
You know, when you step in here, I'm coming with the questions.
Right. Actually, that I just thought that would be like a one-time thing. I never thought I would ever do another pageant, but I ended up doing another pageant, and I'm very thankful and proud of myself.
When did you re-enter the pageantry world?
So I did compete in a modeling competition. I wouldn't quite call a pageant, but that was a couple years ago. And I was fine with that, like being on stage and everything. So when I met Sherry and she talked to me about the Miss Royalty International pageant along with Mama Ormisha.
Mama who?
Ormisha, Mama O. That's Kiana's.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, Mama who?
That's Mama O, love her to death.
Okay.
She talked to me actually about the pageant first when I went out for the model icon audition.
Mama Mishi scares the hell out of me. I met her, man. She like rules with this stick, like, hey, perfection to the most. But go back a little bit. But what actually made you go back? Were you married at the time that you decided to go back, or you wasn't married yet?
I was married. Yes.
Okay. How in the heck did you? Not saying you were old. What age were you when you went back? What age were you when you went back?
For the pageantry?
Yeah.
So I was 31 at the time.
And you go to your husband and say, I want to do this again. What was his reaction?
He's very supportive. So
okay,
whatever I want to do, he would like, just make sure he's like, I'll support you, whatever you do.
Like, what were you missing? Was something missing? I mean, as a former athlete, I'm not telling my age, but I'm not trying to get back out there, even though I might want to, because this is competitiveness in me. Did the competitiveness come back in you around that age, and you say, I still think I got it. I want to try it again?
Not too much competitiveness in me. So I just wanted to, just get back out there, try
Don't go there. You had something triggered you to get back out there. Now, you don't watch the Miss America or something. Something just made you decide to go back and get that crown. So you better tell me what it was.
Okay. So what I can say.
Mama always told me to do that.
That sounds like her too. What made me go back?
Yeah.
To this pageantry world is not only just to see if I still got it, just to keep that confidence and like high self-esteem going in me. So yeah.
Yeah, that competitiveness. Okay.
Oh,
so when you go back, were there any fears because you had such a long layoff? What did you expect to walk into? As a past winner, but laid off, life continues to grow and people get better. Were you scared going back?
I'll be honest, yes, I was. I was definitely scared going back because, it's been years since I competed in one. You don't know who judges are. Some judges can be stricter than the others. And
what do you mean by that?
It's a point system. You have to be, like, right on point, like, to the T in a pageant. But, this pageant system was not, like, very, very judgmental like you think. You see your Miss Americas and the other pageants out there. They are very diverse, and this is what I loved about them. And so, you got to be yourself. They wanted to know you. They were very welcoming, and that's what I love about the Miss Royalty International.
What speech did you deliver coming back? Because I'm thinking coming out of retirement, you can't come back with the same deliverance that you did when you was in high school. The competition has elevated girls now who are 18 looking like they're, 25 or 26. So everything is evolving. What was it that you brought to the table that allowed you to actually come back and win with such a vengeance?
So what I brought to the table is I'm more, like I said, I've always been like a role model. So I did win the Model Citizen Award along with my title, and I was very happy about that. Mm-hmm. And I am more so into the youth. This pageantry system brought out the platform. We all have to have platforms, and that platform that was within me, that was something I didn't know I had.
What do you mean?
So my platform is Queens and Kings Are Us. So my focus is mainly the youth in the community or throughout the world. But I'm starting in my community first. And this is for the children that think they are alone in this world. Like they feel like they can't have nobody to talk to, a shoulder to lean on. So I'm here, and mentors are here to lean on them, to get them to see what their goals are in life, give them life skills, and get them to go out there and focus on their dreams and keep them going.
Sounds like you're putting together something based on cause and effect. So you must have seen something maybe through the court system since you're there all the time, or in your community, or both. Which one was it to make you focus on the kings and queens?
Both. So before I became...
You wasn't prepared for these questions, were you?
Hey. You always got it. You never know what to expect, but I'm coming right along with you, so that's okay.
Okay.
So before I was a clerk, I was a provider. I worked for Firefly, formerly known as Children's Bureau. That's a home-based caseworker. So dealing with families, trying to reunify them, people that's been involved with DCS, and then I also work with children as home-based caseworker. And, I see them saying, they don't feel like they're important enough, or why their parents don't choose them over drugs or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So that's what made me want to focus more on this youth, because when children sit there and ask you that and you can't give them a straight answer, you have to stay in your professional mode. That really bothered me. It bothered me a lot.
When you're in the professional mode and you see, and you see stuff like that, I know there's restrictions that social workers have to deal with. And my hat's off to you for recognizing and seeing that sometimes you just can't keep playing by the rules when the rules don't allow change to happen in a household, because it just continues to spiral out of control. Did you ever, because you're in the core system, and I know you have a powerful presence, did you bring your findings to the core system or to individuals? And if you did, what was their response?
Their response, because, we all work together, just they can't jump too deep in it because it's not their side. They see it, but we have to strictly stay.
But how do you go home every day and knowing that, you see these events taking place? You're dealing with people in your community of all colors. So let's clarify that this isn't just a black thing. This is all colors that you're dealing with people. How does someone, and I know this is a hypothetical question, but how do you go home and unplug, knowing that you got to do this constantly every day, and how do other people that do what you do not take a stand and say something has to happen here?
So me, I can't speak for other people, but how I do that is I literally go home. I have to write just to express myself.
So you journal?
Yes.
Okay. To
express myself and to stay sane, because that can mess with your mental health. Like seriously, seeing other people going through that, and so this is why my platform means so much to me, and it's in the works of me getting a program in the schools right now. So I'm talking to some administrators, and one of my teachers that was my teacher in first grade, she's all on board with it, so she's helping me put some things together as well to get this program going, so I can have all these kids and bring them in, but I want to focus on the kids first, and then possibly bring parents into this program so they can know what these children are feeling, what they're going through. And this is what the steps you need to take to help them get through this, and maybe even changes for yourself.
Right. You mentioned journaling. Without getting too deep, what was one of the most reflectable moments in your journal that relates to your cause and effect on what you're doing?
So, platform is into play. That cause was, that moment still plays in my head every time I see that child's face, like asking me, why they're not important enough, or why their parent didn't choose them over drugs. And just that keeps me motivated and going, I'll be honest. Like, I can't, because if this child is feeling like that, then I know it's way more out here that's feeling like that as well. Not just in my community, but all over. And they might not have the courage to speak up.
How many, and this, like I said, this is a hypothetical question, but how many other people in this that wear these crowns? Because this isn't the only title you can get, correct?
No,
other titles? How many other individuals are just as adamant about making change that wear these crowns?
Every last one of them that I've met and that won when I won, they are definitely adamant about that. Even the previous queens, the lifetime queens, hearing their stories when we were there in New York.
Which one resonates with you right now? You've done this now. You're new. You're not new on the block, but you came back out of retirement. So which one has really resonated with you? Which one of the crowns are winners?
So the platform, all of their platforms stands out to me, but the one that really hit me emotionally was Naisha's platform. And
Now, who is Naisha?
Naisha Massengale, Dr. Naisha Massengale. Let me put that on there.
Okay.
She stays in Florida.
Okay.
And so her platform was basically like the importance of, she told us she had lost 3 people within like some months. And so her question was like, why? So she has this platform like that. She gets up, she's important, and these things happen for a reason. And she just keeps going. The way she motivated us when she talked was absolutely amazing.
And you said she motivated us. How does she motivate you? Because you already have that beast mindset. So what extra piece of energy did she give you to make you go, wow, I didn't know I had this in me. Now I'm going to elevate even more.
That piece of like when you feeling down on yourself, you lost somebody in your life that was very important to you, and you just want to give up. You wake up every day, you're still breathing, you pray, and you keep going. That's exactly what she basically told us. Like, you have to keep going no matter what. And that prayer and God first, you're gonna be okay.
Let's flip the script for a minute, because I thought this was even more amazing. You get married, and you now have, is it 6 kids?
5.
5? I just gave you one too many. How does that, tell me how they all came about? Because that's, it's almost like the Brady Bunch, but you don't have any kids. So what was that like for you now, being young and raising 6 kids?
So
Look, I got you as 5.
5. So I met my husband trying to buy a car, and from there we clicked. And I did some research, so I asked a few family members and some of my close friends, like, who is this?
Were you still in the court system?
I was not there.
Oh, okay.
At that time, I was at Ball State.
Okay.
I was in college. So, met him. We clicked. We went on the first date, and we was inseparable ever since.
So he went on a test drive with the car, and all of a sudden the words start coming out.
Yeah, so my mom was with me at the time, so we couldn't do too much flirting on the first test drive. And then after that, we became Facebook friends, messaged. He had my number from the job, but I messaged him on Facebook and give it to him. But
were you ready to accept 5 kids into your life, and knowing that you trying to get your career and so forth?
At the time, I love kids, but I can say honestly, I was not like fully ready at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I grew up knowing like if you love someone and you know they have kids, that's a part of them, so that comes along with that. So whether I was ready or not,
What was that like for you though? I mean, like you now have 5 kids.
at first it was
It's different if it's your own.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But hey, I love you. Here's my kids. You know what I mean? Like, what was the shift for you? Like now you have to become a mom to children that aren't your own. They're yours now because you're married. I'm pretty sure you love them like that. But how do you adapt? How do you navigate? How do you become a mom when these aren't your well, you didn't birth them, is what I mean.
So it was a learning experience for all of us. So that's like 5 new personalities I have to learn.
Which was the toughest?
I think my baby girl gave me a run for my money, and it's only because our personalities are so much alike.
Okay.
But we're just like this. But it's just like she's a daddy's girl, I'm a daddy's girl.
Ah. Double conflict.
Yes. So it was very amazing. But it was never like rough to like, oh, you know, they hate me or this and that.
Did you have to become their friend, or did you set the boundaries right off the bat that I'm your mom? Which order of operations did you bring into the household?
So I was more laid back. I will say that. Dad was the disciplinarian. So
You want to make him the yeah, I got you. Take some of the burden off of you.
yeah, so now that, you know, that's established, it's been years, they've never been disrespectful to me at all. So I didn't really have too much to worry about. I feel like it was more so of us learning each other, learning like the personalities, how she likes things a certain way, what they like, what they don't like. And once we got that figured out, we was fine.
How do the girls, your daughters, feel about what they seeing happening in front of them with their mom? I'm not gonna call you stepmom, with their mom.
So they are very proud of me. They post, they support. I mean, they don't get to travel with us all the time. Sometimes I have to take off by myself. My husband comes with me most of the time, but you know, at the end of the day, we still have to be parents. So there are times I have to travel by myself and he has to stay behind. Mm-hmm. Or if he has something to do, I may not be able to do everything. So I have to stay back and make sure they are okay too as well. But my focus right now is getting my 16-year-old in the pageant. Okay. She don't know it's coming, but it's coming.
Okay. What are some of the job titles and roles you have to perform with Miss Royal and Royalty International? What are some of your titles? I mean, not your title, but what are some of your jobs that you have to do?
Definitely working out in the community. You get to host events. You can find events like to host, attend, make appearances.
Do you have to do that, or does the company that sponsor all this do that for you and say, look, you have to go here if you like, and here? Do they do the work for you?
Opportunities are offered, but the biggest majority of them we need to find ourselves.
Okay.
We're responsible for that.
How hard is that, knowing that you work, you got to deal with kids?
I'm balancing it, but I'll be honest, if I didn't have 3 calendars, I probably wouldn't survive. So,
right.
No, I make sure, like, I work months ahead. So right now I have my appearances pretty much booked for September, October, and now I'm working on November.
When you go to different things to promote yourself and your cause, do most individuals know anything about the organization and the title Miss Royalty and what that consists of? Or you have to educate them?
Most of them don't, so you need to educate them. And I do educate them. So right now I'm like educating people within my community. And then if I'm there at any events, let them know who we are, what it is we do, about the pageant system. That way, you know.
Educate the viewers. What exactly is all this?
So Miss Royalty International pageant came about in 2013, and in 2020, Sherry Gerhardt, the CEO, took over, and now We are a pageant of diversity, and this is the pageant system that if you want to not feel judged like super hardcore, this is for you. It's very different from other pageants because they push their queens to be the best versions of themselves. You go out in your community, you do community service, you work, you host events, and you also help others know that they can come to this pageant system as well and be welcomed with open arms. And this is what I love about them.
Wow, that was deep. Before we wrap up, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to come in and share such a beautiful story. Definitely coming out of retirement and keeping that beast mindset. I can see you're doing it. How can the viewers reach out to you for guest appearances, to support you guys' calls, and if they want to do like what you're going to have your daughter do, how can they get all that information?
Okay, you guys can actually follow me on Facebook. It's Tiara Osuna. And if you need to know how to spell that, my name is spelled just like the crown, Tiara. Last name is Osuna. That's my Facebook. My Instagram is purplerain_0809. And then also make sure you follow the Miss Royalty International page on Facebook and also the Model Icon Inc. page. And both of those pages will also give you information about the pageant system as well.
My God, make sure you guys do that, especially if you have a little girl or mature woman that wants to get in this. Let me ask a quick question before we wrap up. Are there any guys in this?
Unfortunately, no, there's no guys right now.
So no Mr. King royalty?
No,
not right now. But
not right now. That may be in the future. We don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another exciting episode of the Andre the Beast Crayton Show.